Crash away!
To find out if Apple's new car crash detection really works, you just have to crash some cars.
Michael, anything?
Yes, a few weeks ago, Apple introduced the new iPhone 14 models and Apple Watches with crash detection.
Apple Watch Series 8 can detect if you were in a severe car crash. When a crash is detected, it will automatically connect you with emergency services.
Apple's feature comes 3 years after Google added it to its Pixel phones. Now, the hope is that none of us ever have to rely on this tech to save our lives. But that's all the more reason we want to know. Does it actually work? And what sort of crashes does it work in?
And that's why we came out here, to the fields and junkyards of Monroe, Michigan, which also happens to be home to some world-class derby drivers.
And the hometown of my producer, Kenny.
It's not Monroe.
Oh, say it again?
Monroe.
Monroe.
After I failed to trigger the crash detection alert in bumper cars,
Nothing detected.
we decided to find someone who bumps real cars.
I'm Michael Berry, and I'm a 3-time figure 8 derby champ.
Yep, Michael competes in what are called figure 8 derbies. His car, consisting of a sturdy steel frame and not much else, is designed to withstand tough crashes. So he offered to do a series of crashes for us with phones and watches on board.
How does that feel?
Good.
And RS Recycling offered up 2 soon-to-be-shredded cars to crash into.
Please do not do this at home. We took a lot of precautions to make sure this was done safely.
Michael is wearing a 4-point harness and a helmet. We also had Nicole Branham, a certified EMT, standing by in case anything were to happen. And of course, during all crashes, everyone but the driver stood at a safe distance.
I'm hiding from the crash. Tell me when it happens.
Okay, let's see if this works. Here's how I set up this not exactly scientific test. Michael is driving his derby car with an Apple Watch Ultra on his wrist and an iPhone 14 and a Google Pixel strapped in next to him. The Ford Taurus has an iPhone 14 Pro Max and a Pixel 6 mounted to its dashboard vents. On the new iPhones and Apple Watches, crash detection is enabled out of the box. On Google's Pixel phones, however, you have to turn it on in the Personal Safety app. Okay, here we go.
Crash detected? So tell us what happens.
We first thing looked at the watch, nothing. And it probably was like a 5 to 10 second delay. It then popped up, would you like to contact emergency services?
Michael tapped the cancel button here, but had he not, the watch would have initiated a 10-second countdown before calling emergency services. Apple designed the feature so if you're wearing the watch paired to an iPhone, the watch will display the alert, as it will likely remain on a person when a crash occurs. The Pixel in Michael's car didn't trigger, and the phones in the Taurus didn't either. So how does this technology work? The new iPhone models, along with the Watch Series 8 and Ultra, have a 3-axis gyroscope and a high G-force accelerometer, which samples motion at over 3,000 times a second. It means that when a car is going really fast and then abruptly stops or slows down, it's able to sense the precise moment of impact, or the change in that motion. The sensors and algorithms look for other things too, including a change in pressure when airbags deploy when windows are closed. And the microphones can measure sound levels. So it makes sense that Michael's car, which was moving at approximately 25 miles per hour, triggered the alert. But what about the phones in the Taurus? So we tried again. And again. On the second crash, the Pixel in Michael's car triggered an alert.
It says, I'm okay, or call 911.
But the Pixel and the iPhone in the Taurus never went off.
It's a bummer, especially if someone was actually in this car.
Which brings us to car number 2.
So this is gonna do it. The windows go up and it will drive.
See, I figured that there were a few things off with the Taurus. Notably that it wasn't being driven, so the phones didn't think they were in a car. Plus, the windows were open when the airbags deployed. This time, before the crash, to help the phones recognize they were in a moving vehicle, we drove the van around first.
Car stopped at a stop sign, 2 phones are in. There we go.
Michael's watch detected the crash. So did mine, as I had put my iPhone in Michael's car and was in close enough proximity for it to alert me. But despite the airbags deploying in the Dodge,
Nothing went off. That's insane.
when I contacted Apple with the results, a company spokesman said that the testing conditions in the junkyard didn't provide enough signals to the iPhone to trigger the feature in the stopped cars. It wasn't connected to Bluetooth or CarPlay, which would have indicated that the car was in use, and the vehicles might not have traveled enough distance prior to the crash to indicate driving. A Google spokesman said that the algorithm first needs to detect that you're driving. Then the feature can detect crashes, even if the vehicle is stationary.
So, what did we learn here today?
When it works, this technology could really be life-saving. 3 times today, we could have had calls into emergency services within 30 seconds, without anyone lifting a finger. But from all our testing, it's clear that there's a gray area, both about what the system considers to be a severe enough crash, and even how the system establishes that it's in a car in the first place. To be fair, Apple says this right in the fine print on every iPhone, though it doesn't provide any specifics. Still, you may feel better knowing that your phone or watch can do this. Oh, and stay away from derby cars.
You ready to drive?
I drive like your grandma.